first time I didn't want to get involved into all of this, but hype is hype. Steel Ball Run was a difficult film adaptation, but it was released anyway. The horse and race animation were complex, but the studio spent 2 years to perfection everything. This video gives you an overview on a Steel Ball Run. If you are interested in me like a person and like in a video blogger, so welcome to my TikTok channel. And honestly, somehow I want to make other channel in someone messenger to connect with you, my favorite auditory. I'll be diligent and you will have good content and connection with me. So let's get it started for now. So what were my concern when I heard about Steel Ball Run would be coming out soon. In addition, there were quite a few. Let us look. Animation. I had some concerns about the animation as the installment of JoJo emphasizes the scale of the action and the art style. Araki himself considered not adapting part 7 because there were too many hosts and driving them is quite difficult, especially in large numbers. However, 2 years have passed and the artist learned how to drive them and the installment has been released. I also had possible concerns about the animation. It's there quite a lot of action, but the anime handled both situations quite well and quickly. Netflix. The one of understandable Netflix has a questionable reputation for the content it released, and I certainly would not want to judge it to be a flop. However, when I watched first episode at least, my concerns were unfolded and there was really nothing to worry about. The project is performing quite well and is very far. The horse racing animation is really hard being mentioned that the animation is long and complex and could have the anime Achilles heel, but the artists and crew are great and nothing to complain about. Everything is top notch, and by the way, in TikTok I see that Steel Ball Run fanats spamming in Netflix comments to waiting second episode. Censorship. I'm afraid I had a feeling that in theory they might censor parts of the anime that would be not beneficial to show, but so far everything is going well and I don't think there will be any censorship in the anime. The use of 3D graphics. Yes, this was probably one thing that was discussed in the fandom, perhaps when in narrow circles, as the use of 3D be cute charming. So with my permission I will say that now that the 3D turning out pretty good, about not very well, hand-drawn frames are still nicer to look at. And after all, I want to say that Steel Ball Run could have many problems. After all, the anime raises the JoJo part, the anime could be a cornerstone in terms of both of animation and the introduction of 3D animations. But in the first episode it performed beautifully, the colors are beautiful and the backgrounds themselves are cute detailed. So, in the first episode, we are introduced to the main cast. Georgie Joestar, a jockey who lost everything through his own stupidity and now he wants to get back on the horse to prove himself and regarding to ability to walk. Jairo Tsepeli, the son of the mother's friend, a charismatic character who wants to win the race, and of course, the one with a lot of screen time with Johnny Joestar. Poco Loco, a cool character with just happens to be lucky. Diego Brando, or the Dio in this universe. He not simple vampire with the standard immortality, but a jockey who beats other with skill and observation. The plot begins with the judge attention a horse race to watch the jockeys. By its twist of fate, he meets the Tsepeli, and it's because of him he decided to participate. At first you might think this is our JoJo, but then you see how he's trying to return, how he wants to return. The main cast and trajectory are already set, so we just start watching the anime and enjoying the wonderful part. Especially since the first episode was a special designed to immerse you in the story of 40 minutes. In this episode I really have much fun and it's pretty cool. I think the anime got off to a good start and it's lively, so there's nothing to worry about. Here, the ones who should be worried about are free-run fans, rather the fanatics, because they couldn't accept the fact that their rather bland anime had lost its top spot because of JoJo. Therefore, they simply started planning SBR ratings, and eventually Steel Run regained its position as the best anime of the month. But the second season of Free Ren started having problems. The season of Free Ren is losing positive ratings, and that is just for the first episode of JoJo Bizarre Adventure Steel Run, because you should not mess with the anime with that loyal fan base and quality, which can sink many anime. In addition, if the JoJo had a bad art style, remember that Rocky was worst bit in the lure, and honestly, his style one of my favorite as an artist. So what's the bottom line? The first episode of season 7 is wonderful, and I'm sure the anime will continue nice and the vein becomes the best anime of the year or even the landmark one. We also clearly have that some anime fanatics simply judge anime by the amount of charisma, not by quality. That's all. Thanks for watching. Watch the JoJo, watch the good art, watch the really cool anime. Bye bye everyone. See ya.